Hej, gramy dalej w The Moment of Silence. Możemy już wyjść z naszej celi.
Finally.
No i sprawdźmy. Oto funkcjonariusz Smith. Możemy z nim w tej chwili porozmawiać.
You must be Peter Wright. Arrest warrant T, isn't it? Well, hello. Good to meet you. I'm sure we're going to get on just fine.
Yes, sir. I'm sure.
Leave out the sir. An old regulation. Completely out of date. We're all in the same boat here, as I always say. We don't need to make our lives any more difficult with all these formalities. Have you got everything you need? Oh, you can talk to me anytime, if you've got any problems. And don't worry about my colleague, Officer Burton. He's kind of strict, but that's what happens when you get passed over for every promotion. As long as you're up here, let's just get along with each other. Do it for my sake. I get headaches real easy.
Everything's okay, sir. It's great to meet at least one normal person here. Even if it's on the other side of the bars.
Okay. See you later then, Mr. Wright.
No jaki miły pan.
Officer Smith?
What's wrong, son?
I have a few questions, but only if you have a few minutes for me.
Of course.
It's about Officer Burton. His information is pretty unsettling.
Yes, terrible, isn't it? We have such a lousy job. Do you realize the strain I'm under? Having to cope with all of this, sometimes I suffer more than the prisoners. Because of that, I'm trying to make your stay here as pleasant as possible, as long as you're being detained up here.
That is really nice of you.
Dopóki cię nie, rozstrzelają?
And what do I have to expect when I'm no longer up here?
Ah, well, there's no hurry. Don't you worry about it. It's pretty quick sometimes. You hardly feel it.
I barely feel what?
Have you been out in the courtyard today? The air is marvelous, and at the next yard exercise period, you should really...
I hardly feel what, officer?
Everything in good time, Peter. Don't drive yourself crazy. Just enjoy the small things. Make the most of the day. Get a bit of fresh air out in the yard. Look at the trees. Listen to the sparrows. Life can be so beautiful.
No to mnie uspokoił.
There is also another thing as well. He is denying me an attorney.
Yes, that is regrettable.
Exactly. Maybe you could arrange for one.
No.
That's all? No?
That's all. I'm so sorry.
For just a moment, I still had the hope that this here was not a anarchic place where laws are broken every day.
No, Peter. You have to look at it another way. You had your chance when you were a citizen, but you chose differently.
And what am I now?
Now you are someone we have to protect our citizens from.
That means that at least I'm still a someone.
No. Strictly speaking, you aren't anyone anymore.
Although I'm here, and I am here, am I not?
Exactly. You're a nobody because you're here.
You don't even know what I supposedly did.
Other people make decisions about that. Here, we just do our jobs. I'm sorry, Peter, but don't worry about it. Everything will be all right. We'll look after you.
No, wydawał się taki miły, ale teraz to, co mówi, jest mocno niepokojące.
There's something else. There is also another thing as well. When do I come to station U9?
Hasn't Fred told you that yet? When we're finished with the current client.
Client? What a nice word for what's happening there.
Isn't it? I much prefer it to the other terms. You know, I always say, we've got to keep a bit of humanity.
That's really grand of you. But wouldn't it be better if the name was terrible and the treatment more humane?
Oh, it's already gotten a lot more humane, really. It's been months since we had any... let's not talk about this. I can already feel a headache coming on.
Sure. No problem.
That's nice of you, Mr. Wright. Really nice.
Od kiedy nie mieliśmy tam czego? Jakiegoś zgonu?
I don't want to go down there.
If you just confront your fears, it won't be half as bad.
But I don't actually have a choice. There's no alternative. I don't know what to expect. That's what scares me the most.
Then listen to me, Peter. I'm telling you what will happen. It'll hurt. A lot. But afterwards you won't remember it. The pain will go along with your memory. It only takes a moment for it to be over.
There's something else. Can I ask you something personal?
Sure, why not? I don't have many secrets.
How did you get this job here?
I was chosen.
Chosen? May I ask, by whom?
Oh, it was a government recruitment unit working on Lunar 5. I was there for a 4-week vacation in the summer of 2038, and there were those terrible storms down here.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was just like a dream. 4 weeks vacation, out in nature, and afterwards straight into a job.
A recruitment unit at Lunar 5? They have something like this up there?
Oh yes, of course. We work very closely with Lunar 5.
That's very interesting. You know, just recently I made a trip there. I won the lottery, you know.
I did too. Sometimes you're just lucky in life.
And you tell me that? Just like that? Isn't this classified information?
Why should it be? And even if it is, when you come back, or rather, if you come back, you won't remember any of it anyway.
Czyli ten pan został pewnie w pełni zresocjalizowany i przywrócony społeczeństwu. Peter na razie niekoniecznie.
And how does this cooperation with Lunar 5 work exactly?
The program's been running for 15 years. We keep in close contact with the station. We let them borrow doctors and security guards, and in return re-recruit personnel from among the guests.
What? These psychos?
Psychos? What do you mean?
Officer, Lunar 5 is the brainwashing institute. No one who was there comes back in his right mind. That means almost nobody. So you are seriously telling me that this prison refers to employ brainwashed personnel? People who were at Lunar 5 before? Who were watched around the clock? Who even doubted the state itself? Although, yeah, of course. Now it makes perfect sense.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
No, tego do cholery nie było w angielskiej wersji. Tylko o czym mówisz po prostu. On powinien być kreowany mimo wszystko na takiego spokojnego, więc nie wiem, czy to potrzebnie dodali.
Do you remember why you were on Lunar 5, officer?
What? Why? I was on vacation. Vacation.
Are you sure?
Sure. Sure.
Why are you stuttering now?
I'm not stuttering.
Vacation. And what did you see before you went to Lunar 5? Did you see UFOs, officer? Did you feel watched? Did you maybe have psychological problems?
No, I was on vacation. I was on vacation on Lunar 5. I was chosen in a recruitment program.
You were chosen because some kind of drugs transformed your brain into mush. Because they erased your brain and then stuffed it full with lies. Just like you do now with these guys in Sector U9. Isn't that right?
Well, we detain terrorists here. Terrorists. I was on vacation. Just on vacation.
That's complete nonsense and you know it. If you weren't a guard here, you'd probably be sharing a cell with me.
That's not true.
Then thank you, officer.
Okay, right.
No dobra, pouczająca rozmowa. Czyli rzeczywiście przywracają tam społeczeństwu te osoby, które były na wakacjach w Lunar 5. A cóż to za jegomość? Jego ketchup.
He has a bottle of ketchup for dinner. Lucky him.
Tak z twarzy podobny do Artura Binkowskiego. Pięściarza, ta.
Hi. Hi. How you doing?
What do you want, man?
I'm Peter. Peter Wright. I just arrived recently here.
Yeah? So what?
Thank God that they let us leave our cells and go outside. At least for a couple of hours every day, right? What's your name?
What? Do you want to have a conversation with me or something?
Heck no, or... well... maybe, yeah. It's just because... I'm not quite used to being in,
In jail?
yeah.
Just wait. You still got the unpleasant part ahead of you.
Really? That sounds promising.
You already been in Z12?
Z12? This thing with the dentist? Yeah. Absolutely damn horrible.
Then just wait and see what you're in for, dude.
Worse than a dentist?
Yep.
Painful?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Hold on, man. You gotta go through it.
I'm gonna try. Okay, can I ask you something?
What?
It's about this jail here.
Uh-huh.
What kind of jail is this here anyway?
You mean you don't know?
I've never heard about it. And here it looks like Alcatraz.
It's worse than Alcatraz here, bro. You're in maximum security for highly dangerous individuals. Welcome to the club.
Highly dangerous individuals. What does that mean in layman's terms?
That means there's nothing but psychopathic killers and terrorists here. And what are you?
I'm just...
Yeah. You innocent or what? Of course. Just like me, just like everybody here. We're all sitting because of a big miscarriage of justice. Come on, officers, give us the keys. We want to go. We got appointments outside.
Well, what I wanted to say was that
Come on, man. Don't give me the usual bullshit. You're here, and there's a damn good reason. Get used to it, pal. You're not getting out of here.
Ciekawe, czy ten pan jest psychopatycznym mordercą, czy terrorystą. No, Peter jest terrorystą, jeśli ktoś wysadza stację i nie tylko, bo też Lunar 5 przez niego przestało działać, no to można go chyba nazwać terrorystą, nie?
Did anyone here ever manage to break out?
Of course. 3 years ago, there was a guy who tried. Oliver Redding. What a sick bastard. He saved his margarine for months, and somehow he got over the wall, greased himself up, wanted to swim across the bay.
And? Did he make it?
Well, it surely wasn't a bad plan. He definitely could have dealt with the icy water in the bay. He could swim good, too.
But?
Yeah, well, they shot him good until he bled. And then they quietly watched while the sharks tore him to shreds. Jailbirds with margarine, man. Those sharks sure had a good time.
Oh, God. Did you know him?
Of course, he was a damn bastard. If the sharks hadn't done him in, I would have done it.
Oh, why is that?
He owed me.
I understand. A lot of cash?
2 pieces of bread, man. And a pack of smokes.
You would have killed him for a pack of smokes?
And 2 pieces of bread, dude.
Sorry, I forgot the 2 pieces of bread.
You'll see. You'll learn to appreciate 2 pieces of bread here.
Domyślam się. Tak, pewnie można przypuszczać, że Peter będzie pierwszym, któremu skutecznie uda się uciec z tego więzienia. Chyba wspominałem już w poprzednim odcinku o tej grze 1954 Alcatraz. Jest też oczywiście film Ucieczka z Alcatraz. Tutaj w tej rozmowie mieliśmy właśnie wspomnienie z Alcatraz, o Alcatraz, no i stwierdzenie naszego współwięźnia, że no to więzienie jest dużo, dużo gorsze niż właśnie słynne Alcatraz.
What do you mean with I'm not getting out of here?
You ain't getting out of here, no way. If you make it in here, you don't make it out, man. They drag you out here by your feet, man.
There is something else. Do you have any idea what's happening in this sector down there?
You mean the U-Wing? Oh, that's real special down there. That's where they wear down the terrorists. I think it's pretty unpleasant down there. They scream like they're on a skewer.
The terrorists. And what about a trial? Don't they have a judge to hold court here in jail?
A judge? My God, are you naive? There ain't no judge down here, bro. Your trail already happened. You probably didn't have any time to go, did you?
I didn't have a trial.
What? They didn't read you your prison committal in the car?
Yeah, of course, that they did.
You see, that was your trial, man.
Do you have to go down there too?
No, man, I told you that's only for terrorists down there. Innocent, good old boys like me here get preferential treatment. I've got a first-class ticket to hell.
Does that mean you're only doing your time and that's it?
That means they're gonna hang me nice and friendly, without using any household tools on my body. They call that long neck treatment here. It's like winning the lottery. I am one damn lucky boy.
Who's down there at the moment?
Hey, you know what? That is exactly the kind of guy who's in your cell before you. For your sake, I hope that's not a bad omen. They didn't keep him here for very long, but they were in one hell of a rush to get him down there.
Do you know his name?
I think it was Torvald, or something like that. He was only here for a few days, but he was yelling some kind of crap throughout the whole wing.
Yelling? So, what was he yelling?
Man, some shit about surveillance and computers or something. Bunch of crap, terrorist crap.
And now he's down there. What are they doing down there with him?
No idea, I bet it hurts like hell, though. I mean, he kept yelling some slogans down there, but that stopped too. Now it's mostly just screams you hear.
Czyli Oswald tu był.
There is something else.
To oczywiście dziwić nas nie może w żadnym wypadku.
Actually, where are the other prisoners?
There are never that many of us here. There aren't that many serial murderers and terrorists anyway. And they're always reducing the number of prisoners, you know?
You mean they're gonna...
Yep. Terrorists are already gone after a couple of weeks, mostly. They get taken down there, then you hear some screaming, and then out with them.
Out with them? But where to?
I suppose there's enough space in the bay. And the U-9 unit can always use some replenishment.
You mean they kill all the terrorists and then throw them into the bay?
Maybe they stuff him and put him somewhere. Anyway, I haven't seen any of those bastards around here for more than 2 weeks.
But I can't imagine that they would kill prisoners here without so much as a trial.
No. Why's that?
Because it is...
Illegal?
Exactly.
Go tell your lawyer or your mom. I'm sure they'll take care of it for you. Good luck.
Can I ask you something else?
Czyli znów mamy bardzo długie dialogi. No i tak, standardowo, możesz mi opowiedzieć coś o sobie. Wiecie co, te rozmowy Petera przypominają mi takie jeszcze stare czasy, gadu, albo jakieś, nie wiem, miejsca, gdzie się poznawało nowych ludzi, może umawiało na randki w sieci. I takie standardowe pytanie, właśnie opowiesz mi coś o sobie, to właśnie, chociaż to może były te czasy, kiedy powstawała gra, więc dlatego może autorzy często korzystali z takich miejsc.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
What do you want, man? You want to marry me or something?
Hey, come on. After all, we'll probably be stuck here together for some time. How long have you been here already?
For 3.5 years. I was in Wing 17 first, but they moved me after 3 weeks.
Why is that?
Oh, you know. Small differences of opinion one day.
3.5 years is a pretty long time. What did you do all the time?
You know the usual. Sit-ups, push-ups, the occasional fight in the courtyard. Back when we all still went out there together. I tried to do some business, man. My prison insurance was a really big deal, you know?
Prison insurance?
Yeah, protection money, you know? But since they moved me from Wing 17, I've got no more clients.
What did you do?
15 murders, 47 breaking and enterings, 28 cases of assault and battery, 12 robberies, 62 cases of willful damage to property. Anyways, those were the things they could prove.
What do you mean? How did all that happen?
Well, I had this job in the Lower East Side. When they converted the factories to robotics, I moved to the suburbs and tried my hand in insurance. You know, going from door to door. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you today, sir? I've got a great offer for you.
Yeah, of course. And your business wasn't running too well, huh?
Not at first. But then I figured out how I could improve business. Increase demand, you know? You know, insurance only works when people are afraid. Afraid that something might get stolen, or that someone will break in. Fear they might get mugged. Fear they could die, or that their loved ones might have an accident, lose a finger, get sick, whatever. Fear is the key to the insurance business. I only needed one training course to understand that.
And then you,
I helped a little bit, yeah. You wouldn't believe how fast people can get insured once they've seen how dangerous life can be. There are so many things that can happen to you. It's terrible, really bad, man. You're not safe anywhere.
do you regret at all what you did?
What do you mean? The same could have happened to me. There's bastards just like me walking around all over the place. I'll give you some good advice, little guy. If you should ever get out of here, which I strongly doubt, never open the door for an insurance man.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
No cóż, czyli można powiedzieć, że mordował, rabował, by spowodować strach u swoich klientów i by oni się ubezpieczali chętniej w tej dzielnicy. Interesujące metody, naprawdę.
What's gonna happen to you here?
I suppose it's my turn soon.
What makes you think that?
Well, for 2 whole years I've been trying to be good and get a couple of extras. For time out in the courtyard, cigarettes in the cell, ketchup for that awful grub.
And, of course, never got anything.
Of course not. Not from those sick bastards. But a couple days ago, Burton came into my cell and gave me the ketchup. He said I should ration it and really enjoy it.
You mean they granted you a kind of last wish with this ketchup?
That's how I see it.
Good grief, you really think they're gonna kill you?
Of course.
Aren't you afraid?
Bullshit. I'm insured real good.
No, jest dobrze ubezpieczony. Taki inside joke, żart zawodowy, skoro pracował w cudzysłowie w ubezpieczeniach.
Can I ask you something else? About these officers here.
Yep.
What can you tell me about Officer Smith?
Officer Smith. Mr. Nice Guy.
I'm not so sure about that.
Hey man, watch out, he's a psycho. Everybody here knows that. Don't fall for his friendly ploy.
What do you mean by that? He's a psycho?
He is the worst sadistic dude in this whole prison, aside from those nuts in the U-Wing. Even Burton is afraid of him.
Well, what's wrong with him?
A classic case of a paranoid maniac, if you ask me. They did something. If I wasn't in here, I'd sell him an insurance right away.
A na Lunar 5 mu coś zrobili.
Okay, so how should I behave now if he's on duty?
Just act totally natural, then everything will be okay. But I'll give you a tip. Don't ever scare him. Normally, he's really quiet. But when something scares him, he goes crazy.
And what happens then? Does he become...
There are two possibilities. Either he passes out, or you don't want to be there for the other possibility.
You mean he becomes violent or something like that?
Come on, let's not talk about it, okay? I just ate.
There is something else. What's up with Officer Burton?
Oh, him. That yellow rat. He's nothing more than a big mouth. Don't think about it.
You can scare the hell out of you sometimes.
Yeah, that's all just show. He just tries to cover up the fact that he's afraid. Every day on the job is a nasty challenge for him. Out here in the wing, he plays the drill instructor. But over there in the guard room, he's just a little boy.
And why is that?
Just watch those boys a bit. You'll see. There's not just wackos behind these bars.
Can I ask you something else? I would like to ask you for something.
Jeszcze tyle tematów.
You coming with me? Downstairs in the yard? I've got to get some fresh air. And this pacing back and forth in your cell can't be healthy either. At least not in the long run.
No, not now. We can't go out together anyway. Just one by one. I'll go first.
Could I maybe borrow some bread from you? I ate mine already.
Sorry, dude, I still need that. Just wait until the next meal.
Can I borrow your ketchup for a moment?
Hey, man, that's a special privilege. For that, you gotta do at least 2 years first.
Ketchup counts as a special privilege?
Of course. It's a luxury. I behaved myself for 2 damn years. And for that, I got a whole damn bottle of ketchup. Crazy, huh? But seriously, you'll learn to value things like that fast. After you got 2 years of dry bread and watered-down soup behind you, a bit of ketchup seems like a delicacy.
Can I ask you something else? I would like to ask you for something.
Dobra, to już wszystkie tematy.
Okay. Thanks again. See ya.
Czyli 20-minutową rozmowę mamy już za sobą. Mam nadzieję, że to najdłuższy dialog w tym odcinku. No momentami ta gra jest nieco przegadana jednak. Te rozmowy.
Great sky. Air. It's just great to be finally outside again. And not having to see any bars, at least not above me.
Nie brzmią tutaj jakoś supernaturalnie momentami.
He's a bit jumpy.
Przede wszystkim raczej jak się, nie wiem, idzie do sklepu, czy w więzieniu, czy... No nie siedziałem w więzieniu, ale generalnie chodzi mi o to, że no nie pyta się takich przygodnie spotkanych ludzi, nie mówi im się, możesz mi opowiedzieć coś o sobie? No to po prostu jest dziwne, nienaturalne, tak mi się wydaje.
This wall looks insurmountable. Either the watchtower is not manned, or they installed a cambot up there. And that's why I don't see anyone.
Prisoner 1478, right. Don't touch the wall or we'll open fire.
No dobra, to by było na tyle wizyty tutaj. Tego spacerniaka. No, więzienia też się nie zmieniły specjalnie chyba. Nie wyglądają super nowocześnie. Ale to w sumie tylko 22 lata chyba od teraz, nie? Jeśli chodzi o jakieś systemy zabezpieczeń, to też chyba specjalnych różnic tutaj nie ma z tym, co jest obecnie. No i to więzienie nie wygląda na jakieś takie, z którego nie dałoby się uciec tak na pierwszy rzut oka. Znaczy, może to, że jest właśnie na wyspie, nie? I że trudno by było uciec generalnie z tego miejsca, oddalić się stąd, to tak. Dobra. Może sobie usiądźmy.
The upper cell's closed. If I'm not mistaken, the cell doors on my level will open in a moment.
Officer? Sir?
You got a problem, right? What is it then? What's wrong? Is your mattress not soft enough for your terrorists behind?
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Today must be your lucky day, right? I already had a lot of fun in cell block U9, so I don't mind having a chat with a bastard like you.
Tak wygodnie sobie autorzy tłumaczenia nie przetłumaczyli jakichś 3 zdań kolejnych, ale okej. I tutaj właśnie myszy nie widać podczas tej rozmowy.
I have a question regarding this prison, sir.
Then spit it out before I change my mind.
When is yard exercise?
Sir!
Yeah. Now when is yard exercise, sir?
When I feel like it, you loser. Otherwise, every 2 hours. But I'm warning you, right? I see one false move from you, and you stay locked up. I'll go straight down to U9. And I would advise you not to rush it. You'll be down there soon enough.
Zapowiada się kolejna długa rozmowa.
Do we get time in the yard, sir?
What is this? Isn't the filtered air in here good enough for you? You can hold your face up to the fresh air during the yard exercise period. Don't forget to check out what happens when you get too close to the wall.
What happens then? Sir.
Let it be a sweet surprise.
What is cell wing U9, sir?
Our petting zoo in the basement for especially nice prisoners. We have a hell of a lot of fun down there, really. Maybe you'll hear us sometimes. We have some great conversations down there. And our colleagues from the state security are really creative. Who knows, you might even get to meet Agent 768. He's a really talented handyman, a genius. He always has his whole toolbox with him. And right, I'm telling you, the guy is a virtuoso with a drill. Even I have to leave the room when he takes that out.
You torture the prisoners?
Sir!
Sir?
We interrogate the prisoners, right? Torture is only used in totalitarian regimes. And as far as I know, the last existing one ended with a bloody abolition in 2028.
I understand, sir.
Jasne, jasne.
Where are we actually? What kind of a prison is this, sir?
Don't you know that, right? My God, you're even stupider than I thought. You're in the state penitentiary on Governor's Island. As a prisoner on remand, you fool! Doesn't it say that somewhere in your terrorist handbook?
As a prisoner on remand, does that mean I have the chance of being released or getting transferred to another prison?
I wouldn't bet on it, right? The only people who get out of here are the ones who leave in body bags. I hope that isn't a problem for you.
This is illegal. This prison is completely illegal, sir.
Illegal? The only thing that's illegal here is you, right? This prison is here to deal with guys like you. And we will deal with you, I promise you. You aren't the only one who was brought here with other ideas first.
There is something else. I have a question.
Oh,
Then spit it out before...
There is some...
Nie widać myszy i to mi trochę przeszkadza.
I have a question regarding my arrest, sir. Why am I here? Sir.
That's a good one, right? That's a real good one. Why are you here? Well, I guess you robbed a gum vending machine, didn't you?
Aren't you even going to read me my alleged crimes? Where is the indictment? The report by the police? Something. Anything. Sir.
An indictment? You're a real comic, right?
So you don't know either, sir.
Are you trying to be funny with me, right? I don't know, and I don't care why you're here. You arrest warrant states T, as in terrorist, and SST, as in state security treatment. That's been good enough for everyone else, and that'll be good enough for you too. If you're suffering from amnesia, don't worry. Agent 768 will help you remember.
No ale myślę, że Peter powinien wiedzieć, za co tutaj siedzi, bo no chyba ma świadomość, że no coś zrobił. Wysadził platformę, sabotaż na Lunar 5, no to bez przesady, żeby teraz był wielce zaskoczony tym, że trafił do więzienia w takim społeczeństwie.
I would like to talk to an attorney. Where can I do this, sir?
An attorney? Oh, did someone forget to notify your attorney? Hang on. I'll get you a messenger right away.
Really? Oh, that's the first good news that I...
Where do you think you are, right?
The only attorney here is the prosecuting attorney, and he just signs the arrest warrants.
But how can I defend myself then? Sir.
By talking when Agent 768 interrogates you. Then it will all go a lot more quickly.
How long will I have to stay here, sir?
That depends on how long your comrade in U9 holds out. He really is a tough kid. I'll give him that. But I think we've almost broken him. Then it's your turn. And we'll see how long a softy like you can cope. Eh?
My comrade? Who would that be? And how long has he been in here already?
Only a couple of days. But you know, the boys from SST managed to break most of them after a couple of hours.
So I'm going to be in here for an undetermined amount of time, sir?
And maybe even longer.
No to przypuszczam, że chodzi o Oswalda.
What is this C-12 treatment? What have those guys done to me?
Nice boys, aren't they? You know, a lot of people say that Dr. Treach is a bit of a lunatic because he always works without anesthetics. But personally, I quite like that. That crunch when he opens up the crown of the tooth, and then the sound of the drill on the exposed nerve. I mean, that's music. Real music. I've recorded a disc. His most beautiful procedures in 5.1 surround sound. That gets under your skin, right? Why am I telling you? You were there.
And what are you trying to achieve with this perverse cruelty, sir?
Let's just call it preventative measure. We only want the best for you here, right? We wouldn't want anything to happen to you before we've spoken to you.
There is something else. I have a question about the other prisoners. Am I allowed to talk to the other prisoners?
During the yard exercise periods, you'll certainly have a lot of fun. Your neighbor, Jordan, is a big fan of yours, I believe. He had a really good time with your predecessor.
Where is my predecessor now, sir?
In the sick bay. Unfortunately, we didn't notice what was happening with those two until it was too late. You know, Jordan's not really meant to be in this place. He's just a respectable murderer. I mean, not a sick bastard like you.
There is something else. There is something else. I have a question about your colleague, sir.
And?
Your colleague seems to be a pretty decent guy, sir. How about you following suit?
I'll let you in on something, wise ass. Officer Smith might give the impression of being an overweight weakling, but if you think he's more easygoing than I am, then you're wrong. Smith got 94 out of the 100 points in the admission exam. And do you know why? Because he gave the most brutal answer possible to every damn question.
Really? He doesn't actually give that impression, sir.
If I think of what he did to prisoner from Z43 with a... Oh, God, even I feel sick. But they had to take him off duty for the U9 block. He was just too enthusiastic. So, if you're afraid of me, and you should be, right? Then you should be even more afraid of him. He's... dangerous.
No okej, rozumiem, ale jeśli to okrucieństwo jest miarą sukcesu w teście i na wszystkie pytania udzielał najbardziej okrutnych odpowiedzi, to dlaczego dostał 94 na 100, a nie komplet?
Could it be that your colleague is a little bit jumpy, sir?
What's that supposed to mean?
I just noticed it, sir. It's hard to overlook.
Well, he had a trauma. Because of a bastard like you. Be careful with him. I'm telling you for your own good. Agent 768 is just a kindergarten bully compared to him. Don't annoy him. And don't startle him. It's easy to get him wound up.
I understand. Let me ask you, you're not afraid of him, are you, sir?
Afraid? I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm definitely not afraid of my colleagues. There's only one person here who should be afraid, right? And that is you. Is that clear?
Yes.
Sir! You address me as sir, right? Or else.
Of course, sir. There is something else.
Any more dumb questions?
No, that would be it, sir.
Right. So, one more time, okay?
Get out there, right? I have to check your cell.
No. Także... A, czapkę sprawdzimy.
Look at that. He just put his hat on the bed.
Calm down. Breathe. Are you listening to me?
It was only the door. The door.
No to mamy za sobą 3 długie konwersacje i w zasadzie na nich upłynął ten odcinek. No ale dowiedzieliśmy się w końcu czegoś. Przynajmniej o osobach, które tutaj z nami przebywają. No i co? No i pewnie w kolejnym odcinku już przystąpimy do akcji. Akcją. Jaka tutaj może być akcja? Pewnie skierowana na ucieczkę z tego miejsca. I zobaczymy, co wymyśli Peter. W ekwipunku nie ma żadnych przedmiotów, ale tutaj leży chleb, pewnie go zabierzemy. Jest też kibel do obejrzenia. Pewnie będziemy mieć co robić. Także dziękuję serdecznie za uwagę. Trzymajcie się, do usłyszenia.